Hi teens, this is Stacy Lee, your assistant teen librarian. We're going to start a book club, and our book club this month is going to be Cinder by Marissa Meyer. A few things about Marissa Meyer, I just want to go over that. She's, incredible author. She's got a few series out there so far. She's got the Luna Chronicles, the Renegade series, Heartless, which is a single novel. But let's talk about her for a minute. Let's see, Meyer was born in Tacoma, Washington, United States, and attended the Pacific Lutheran University, where she received a degree in creative writing. Super cool, right? Before writing Cinder, Meyer worked as a book editor for 5 years, and she wrote Sailor Moon fan fiction. So I have Sailor Moon right here. Anyway, she wrote Sailor Moon fan fiction under the pen name of Alicia Blade, which you can still find on fanfiction.net. You can find a lot of her fan fiction that she's already written. So I thought that was pretty cool when I was learning about her. Where she got the idea from Cinder was actually, she attended the 2008 National Novel Writing Month contest, and she put a story together. It was a futuristic Puss in Boots, and also mixed with a little bit of Sailor Moon. So that was really cool. She ended up writing a story called Luna V 2.4. It was an alternate reality Sailor Moon fanfiction, and ended up being a science fiction retelling of the fairy tale Puss in Boots. So that is where Cinder comes from. So let's talk about the book. Here's a synopsis of it. Even in the future, a story begins with Once Upon a Time. 16-year-old Cinder, a gifted mechanic, is a cyborg. She's a second-class citizen with a mysterious past and is reviled by her stepmother. But when her life becomes intertwined with a handsome Prince Kai's, she suddenly finds herself at the center of an intergalactic struggle and a forbidden attraction. Caught between duty and freedom, loyalty and betrayal, she must uncover secrets about her past in order to protect her world's future, because there is something unusual about Cinder, something that others would kill for. Sorry. So that is Cinder. Fantastic book series as well. If you have read the book, we're going to talk about some discussion questions, and then you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you haven't read it, pause here, go read it, and then you can come back to it and we can talk about these discussion questions too. Another thing is, if you want, I'll read them over and you can think about these as you read the book. I highly recommend rereading it as well. I know it's been a few years for me, but yeah, so here's a few questions so that we can talk about the book. What parallels can you draw between Cinder and the Cinderella fairy tale? What are the symbolisms behind the glass slipper, the pumpkin carriage, and the ball? Number 2, what does it mean to be human? It is primarily, is it primarily cultural, emotional? What do you think could have led the cyborgs being perceived as less than human in Cinder's world? What about Lunars, who evolved from the human colony? What real-world parallels can you draw between this discrimination against cyborgs and Lunars to that of race, disability, and class? I know, deep one, but there's a lot of really good points in this story as well. Here's another question. Cinder has many unique abilities: the ability to detect lies, to download information directly into her head, to overlay her eyesight with helpful diagrams, etc. What kind of abilities would you want to develop from future technology? What cyborg skills would you like to have today? How about number 4? What is the importance of beauty, real or deceptive, in Cinder's world compare the perceived beauty and or ugliness of Queen Lavana and Cinder, and how this has affected how they're treated by those around them. How is it similar or different from the way beauty is treated today? Let's see. How about one more? Here's a fun one. Each book in the Luna Chronicles is inspired by a different fairy tale. Can you spot references between the tales between Cinder within Cinderella, Scarlet within Red Riding Hood, Cress with Rapunzel, and Winter with Snow White? And then a few activities for you guys when you finish the book. I do recommend reading all of them if you haven't. But I thought a few different activities whenever you're done. Writing prompts. You are a guest at the ball. Write about what happens between Cinder and Prince Kai from your point of view. And I'd love a drawing prompt I have a drawing prompt as well. Draw or paint an alternative cover for Cinder. Add different characters like Kai or Aiko, the stepmother, the stepsisters, or even Queen Lavana. Because in the book it portrays Cinder's leg with her glass slipper. But I'd love to see other point of views as well. So that's Cinder, our book club. We can discuss it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys say about it as well. A few read-alikes I wanted to present to you guys. So since Sailor Moon is a big factor to Cinder itself, I have our Sailor Moon collection of manga here. If you haven't read those, that's what I grew up as well on. We have a few different fairy tales, the Evil Queen, and then our Twisted Tales, Mirror Mirror. Those are kind of a Snow White retelling. We have a bunch of other Twisted Tales as well. We have Peter Pan and Mulan, Beauty and the Beast, so I recommend looking those up as well if you're interested in these. And then sci-fi one recommendation right here, Starflight by Marissa Landers. That one's really great. If you like pirates and being in space and spaceships, recommend that one. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys say about our book club challenge we have going on right now. I'm gonna reread Cinder with you, and we'll talk about it later. Thanks. We'll see you soon.